Sagan is a great hero of mine. He had a poetic way of communicating science that not only gave me a better understanding of science, but also an appreciation of the ability of science to deepen rather than subtracting from, as many religious ideologies would suggest, the curiosity and feelings of awe that the natural world can bring. I wanted to read for you guys a quote from his book, The Pale Blue Dot, A Vision of the Human Future in Space, in which Carl talks about his feelings upon seeing a photograph taken in 1990 by Voyager 1 of the Earth from a record 3.7 billion miles away, still a remarkably small distance on an astronomical scale. Voyager 1 was destined to take photographs of all the planets it passed on its journey. When it passed Saturn, Carl Sagan had the idea of turning the cameras around to take an image of the Earth, which from this distance was merely a pale blue dot, which because of the reflection of sunlight of the spacecraft appeared to be sitting in a sunbeam. I'll put a link to the photo that Voyager 1 took in the down bar. This is what Carl Sagan wrote about that photograph. Look again at that dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines. Every hunter and forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor and explorer, every teacher of morals, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The Earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatred. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in the universe, are challenged by this point of pale light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that help will come from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The Earth is the only world known so far to harbour life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes. Settle, not yet. Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known.